You're welcome back. This is Newsfile. It's your most authoritative news analysis platform. And here on Newsfile, we put Ghana first. I have a very short take, and I title it, Who You Are in Article 1. Who you are in Article 1. It's just a reminder, because I know you know who you are as far as the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana is concerned. I really feel sincerely that most of us demonstrate a certain lack of knowledge. And because of that, we feel powerless because we are not the president, we are not in the executive, so to speak, we are not, a judge, we are not the judiciary, and we are not in parliament, or we are not a minister, or we are not holding some power. You need to re-examine that way of thinking. This nation does not exist without the Constitution. As presently constituted, it is this Constitution that determines what and who we are. And this Constitution, I'm illustrating to you just by one article, who you are. You've never thought about it in those terms. The Constitution begins with a preamble. And in the preamble, it begins by saying, in the name of the Almighty God. We, note that, we, the people of Ghana, not we, the executive, the parliament, the judiciary, or the minister, the DCE, we, the people of Ghana. And after saying several things, we come to affirm an important central principle. In the preamble, it says, and in solemn declaration and affirmation of our commitment to freedom, justice, probity, and accountability. The principle that, note it, all powers, not some powers, all powers. The power the president wields. You forget that you go to the elections and you make a president. And without you, there will not be somebody called a president. All the powers of government spring from the sovereign will of the people. All powers of government spring from the sovereign will of the people. We're still talking about the people. Now, to my focus on the Article 1. Article 1 of the 1992 Constitution says, the sovereignty of Ghana. So sovereignty, which the preamble says is the basis of all the powers of government, and which sovereignty, the preamble says, springs from the people. That sovereignty is the power beyond which there is no other power. Of course, if you're a Christian like me, you will acknowledge that there is another power. But that's not what we're talking about. Sovereignty is the power beyond which there is no other power. So if the Constitution of Ghana says all powers of government spring from the sovereign will of the people, which is you and I, and then Article 1 says the sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people of Ghana. Don't end there. In whose name and for whose welfare, in whose name and for whose welfare the powers of government are to be exercised. You've given power. It has to be exercised in your name. So a president or a minister or a parliamentarian or whatever they call themselves, or a judiciary, cannot act but in your name. Everything they do, they are doing it in your name, for and on your behalf. And the Constitution says it must be exercised for your welfare. Are to be exercised in a manner and within the limits laid down in the Constitution. I just felt I needed to re-echo this point to you. Don't feel powerless. Don't get into that office and let the person you have given a job to, that you pay every month, make you feel that you are the unimportant person. People in public office, that's why it is called public office. They are servants. They are not masters over you. That's your law. It takes you to make the law reflect what it says you are. So if you sound powerless, they will take advantage and make you feel powerless. Just by one article of the Constitution, see what power you wield. If you were to read the Constitution properly, you will see that you are really very powerful. And that is my take.